And we're here with.
Coach Hart.
So you want to go first or me?
I'll let you. Sorry.
All right. So, Coach, I went to the game, the last game you had, and it was a great game. You were up by 10 before the half. What kind of happened to where, they were able to take control of the game? What made them be able to take control?
Well, I think we did a few things a little bit out of character. They sped us up a little too much, and I didn't do a very good job of subbing. We got a little tired come the third quarter, and they're a good team. They're probably one of the top teams in the Division III.
All right, now let's get to a positive side of things. What was the kind of game plan going in order to be able to upset West Branch?
Well, all credit goes to them. We decided to the players. Our game plan was to stay within just inside the 3-point line and force them to maneuver in a smaller space, and they executed it to the money. They played so hard. I mean, I was so proud of their effort, and they got it done.
So, you selected your captains for this year. What went into, selecting your captains? What were some of the specifications you looked at, some of the characteristics that you looked at for your captains?
Well, we picked the captains last year, and we took a sophomore, a junior, and a senior. And Rowan is the junior that's back, and Yergs is our senior captain. And the criteria was, I needed 2 leaders, and they're 2 of our leaders.
Yeah.
Can we get a little insider on the game plan for tomorrow night against Salem?
We're going to try to score 1 more point than they do.
That's amazing. That's amazing right there.
No, we got to get back on track. We didn't shoot the ball as well as we're capable of against Steubenville, and we're going to try to be a little more efficient offensively in the half court. And if we can do those things, we'll shoot the ball. I mean, they're too good of shooters not to come back and have a good game.
Well,
it's Bounce Back Friday.
Bounce Back Friday.
Well, if someone was to go down and get really tired, could you go in if they needed you? Game on the line.
Not a chance anymore, no.
Well,
unless I could just stand there and shoot a 3.
Well, all I'm saying is I look pretty good in a Monroe Lions uniform.
I've seen you play.
Oh my God.
Isaac, you want to talk about me and you 1v1?
All right.
Yeah.
If I have to go to you, I'm retiring.
So, like in 2 years?
No.
We're pretty close.
Immediately.
Oh, wow. All right. It's a low blow.
Just kidding. No. You could play defense.
I could play defense, yeah. That's about all I can play, though.
I mean, I can play street ball, but I don't think
I can't shoot the ball. I'll pass it out to Jaden. That's what I'll do.
Oh, that's a good move.
Yeah, just pass it to Jaden. Run around the paint. Movement.
I'll blend in with the crowd, Everyone's pushing full court, and here I am just behind everybody, running out from the stands. I'm open. Open layup, probably going to miss.
All of that for the miss. You know what? Good spectacle, though. To watch you cheer, yeah, and then just run out there, catch it.
But back in the day, what was your primary go-to? Was it like a Euro step, one-handed layup?
I think you shot threes.
Strictly shot threes,
yeah. Yep, shot threes. That's Coach Hart. That's a Coach Hart's kind of thing. I don't see him driving to the paint. I see him just sitting out there shooting threes.
Why score by 2 when you can score by 3?
That's an amazing mentality to have.
Well, thank you, Coach Hart.
Thank you.
All righty. Thank you.
Yep.
And we are back, but here, right now, we are with
Rowan Hoffey.
the GOAT. I mean, what?
Those are strong words and opinions. So, Rowan, I want to talk about you being selected as a captain. How did that make you feel personally, and for the sport that you've worked so hard to be as great as you can be at? How did that feel to be selected a captain?
Last year, me, Jaden, and Garrett, we got selected. And, it meant a lot to me because I try to lead the guys every day, every game, every day, say a little something and get our team going. So it meant a lot to me as a player.
But how does it feel to you that now you're such a star that the other team has to prepare for you? They have to, how am I going to lock down Mr. Rowan Hoffey? How does that feel?
I try not to think about that too much, A team, I don't know, they have the game plan for all of us. I'm not just the star player, I got 4 guys that can go and give you points all night, so it's nice having dudes that can play, so I'm not the center of attention getting face guarded every night. We got good players.
So I know the lineup last year is really similar to the lineup this year. Do you think the chemistry is amazing because of that? How's the chemistry in the locker room?
Yeah, I think it's good. I've been playing with these guys my whole life. Even Jaden being a year older than me, I've played with him since I was a little kid. And all my kids in my grade, Owen, Braden, Skylar, I played with them my whole life. So, we've really just been building chemistry. Last year, I think, helped us a lot because it was our first year for a lot of us playing varsity full time, and we've really just carried that chemistry over, and we're still working on it, but it's getting better every day.
Well, speaking of a little kid, what drove you the most to want to play and be a star?
When I was a little kid, guys like Connor Wright and all that whole group, they really inspired me. They were really fun to watch, I had so much fun when I was a kid being in the gym and stuff, cheering on those guys. And, I always wanted to be like them. Yeah.
So we take a look at all the coaches. Who's your favorite coach?
I can't pick.
Without Coach Hart being here.
I can't pick. I love all my coaches equally.
Who's the funniest coach then?
The funniest coach? Probably Connor Wright. Mr.
Connor?
Coach Wright.
Okay.
Could you give us a little insider on why that is? Tell us something he would say that's good for camera.
I think I'm going to skip on that. I don't think.
That sums that up pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think anything's good for the camera right now.
Well, thank you for coming on.
And
we're off to break.
Thank you, guys.
And we are back with the one and only
Jaden Yerger.
It's a little Yergery in here. So
It is.
my first question is, we played football together. We had certain, a mentality going into a game for football. What is your mentality going in for basketball that's maybe a little different than football?
Yeah. I'd say our mentality that's different is we're up in your shorts constantly. We want the most pressure constantly. And I'm struggling so bad, help me out.
With football.
And then football, I don't think we really had a good mindset going into the game, being a terrible couple of years now for school. We haven't had a good mindset going into the game, having good motivation, I would say. We always lacked motivation and nobody to really bring it.
Right.
Well, I believe during football, you didn't play your junior year, was it, right?
True.
I know you told me after, when the season first started, you said you wanted to come back because you wanted to win. And that kind of inspired me because it's like you want to come back and you want to win. So I just want to let you know You
I'm
inspire me.
glad I inspired you, Isaac.
Thank you. But how does that inspiration carry on into basketball to like drive your team?
Like Rowan said, he's kind of a verbal leader. I'm more of a get on the court and show you what I'll do, and hopefully you pick up on it. You know what I'm saying?
So, when I was at the game, last game that you guys played, there was a foul that was called, and I thought it was on the opposing team on Steubenville. And lo and behold, it was on you.
Yeah,
And
it was on me.
I started to do a chant, and you looked at me right in my face, and you said, "You're wrong. That was me." So, why'd you foul the kid?
Nothing's intentional. Nothing's intentional. But I didn't like how you didn't know what actually happened.
Okay,
so-
I looked, saw the foul, and the kid was on top of you. You can't expect me to say
the refs
that.
get it wrong sometimes. But
Yeah.
it's all right.
Yeah, I felt hurt. I felt hurt
Yeah,
personally by that.
you heard me. I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't like how you reacted to me fouling.
Oh, you wanna
You want
talk
to talk
hurt?
about hurt? I remember last year against Steubenville. I went up to dab you up, and you know what you said?
Nah,
Nah.
No,
you weren't about that, Isaac.
I didn't see you, man. I'm sorry. I didn't see you. I'm sorry.
Okay, for a little bit more of
in
a.
the eyes, man.
I didn't. It was in the moment. I didn't see you. I kind of just glanced past you. Maybe I saw you. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
You definitely did. But
I mean, I am 5'4".
for a more serious question, this being your last season, you know, at the start of the season, what was the mentality going into this season?
Just finish out with a bang. You know, obviously try for district title, everything like that, league title, but
State championship.
all right, maybe who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah, just coming in with a great mentality, trying to win every game, fight as hard as you can. You know, just have a great year.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming
Thank
on,
you.
and we're off the
now
break.
We're going to our own segment. And we are back, and I'm Isaac Costello.
I'm still Julian Dunbar, but we are here with somebody new.
Marvin Jackson with the Clever Cookie and Creamery.
Well, thank you for coming on, and I want to ask a question. How did it feel starting a new business in Minerva?
Well, thanks for asking. That's a good question. First of all, thank you guys very much for showing up here tonight.
Of course.
Doing your
Thanks for having
podcast
us.
here. We appreciate that. It's been very scary to open a new business here in Minerva. It's been a long process, a long road. Things that we've never really done before. Baking out of the house has been simple, but when you go to a brick and mortar storefront, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
So what was kind of like the leading inspiration going into it?
Well, I'll tell you, my wife, she has a servant's heart. She has been baking for people, making meals for people. She's orchestrated large dinners for churches that we attended for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. So she's probably the driving force behind all this.
Awesome.
So, you're new to the community of Minerva for a business. How has the community impacted your business off the rip?
I'll tell you what, our first 2 or 3 months was amazing. We've had people lined up out the doors. We've had lots of people from Minerva, lots of people from outskirts of Minerva, Malvern and Waynesburg and Carrollton. And it's just been a really fun experience. We've been open for about 6 months here at the shop, and we're getting along really well.
Yeah.
We talked a little earlier, and you're originally from Oroville, right?
Yeah.
So, what's the difference in the community of love, between Oroville and Minerva? What's the difference?
Well, I'll tell you, Oroville is very similar to Minerva. It's a little bigger, but when you're connected to the town or to the city, people just surround you and they support you any way they can. Just like you guys here with us, you're kind of promoting us on the internet, which is great, and we appreciate that.
Yeah. So, us working with Straggat, what made you want to be a part of Straggat?
John and Hannah, they've been coming in, and they've just been great people and great customers. So I think helping support them in what they're doing was just a pretty easy step for us, and we appreciate what they've done for us so far, and we can't wait to continue working with them.
Awesome. But if you could go eat something right now, what would you go and eat? Anything?
Oh man, you put me on the spot. I'm an ice cream guy myself. We do carry Baker's Golden Dairy ice cream out of New Waterford, Ohio. It's the best ice cream around.
Yeah.
Everything that my wife makes is delicious. Cheesecakes are great. Cinnamon rolls are great.
I might get myself some cheesecake.
Yeah,
I'm something for cheesecake.
It's you've never tasted anything like it. It's amazing, and I can't think of one thing right now that I wouldn't want to eat. So
We'll see. It's really, really cold for ice cream. I will say that.
I might have to try some.
It's not cold in here, buddy.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Very much.
Thanks for having me. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Going to break. And we're back.
Hello, my beautiful people. I missed you all.
Hey, it wasn't that long. They haven't been on.
It was long for me, man.
Okay. Well, we had to shake hands and talk about the interview we just did.
I know, that was an amazing interview.
It was a great interview. All the interviews we had tonight were great. I do want to thank one more time everyone that came in for an interview, and the Clever Cookie and Creamery for letting us do our podcast here this week and sponsoring us.
We love you.
They're
Once
amazing.
again, I'm saying I love you to everybody. I need to stop. I've got a problem.
Amazing, amazing.
So if you know a clinic that I can go to, it's like Stop Love.
Mental health clinic?
Too Much Love AA.
Mental health? Maybe that kind of
What
clinic?
condition would that be anyways? Like, too much love. Is that a condition? Is that
No.
a condition?
I don't know. Niceness?
Borderline kindness disorder.
Saintness? I don't know. Something.
I don't know. Well,
You're dumb.
so we're going to start off with the girls' recap of last week.
Girls recap.
But there was only one non-EBC game since we've last talked, and it was Minerva playing JFK, and they sadly lost 68-42.
Yeah, it's a very sad loss. You know,
They're a pretty tough team. They're a pretty tough
they're a
team.
pretty tough team. You want that game closer, but I mean, for that kind of team, JFK is a really good team. So for the girls to be that close, even in not a hugely close game, it's really means something to be that close.
Marlington won over Alliance 63-6. Is there any surprise there?
No, I mean we've already talked about this Alliance not having enough players and not having enough depth in order to be able to go out there and score.
Sign me up, Coach. I'm ready.
Yeah, we're ready. We already talked to Coach Hart about playing, and we got told he would retire if we
he
played.
Told me
so
he told me I wasn't going to play. But
I could play defense. He said I could play defense.
yeah, but he also said he'd retire if you did play.
Yeah,
so,
well, that's all right.
And then we have Marlington with the win over Salem. Now, I actually had Salem winning that one. Sorry, my Marlington fans out there. That's on me. I think you actually had Marlington winning that
I think
one.
I did have Marlington winning. So I'm not gonna be biased because my girlfriend goes to Marlington, but I actually believe in Marlington basketball. I mean, I believe that they were gonna be really good this year, and they have been. They've been
I know,
pretty
and
good.
what I'm seeing, which we're going to get to later, but I'm just going to give an early thing about. I think the EBC is winnable from every team except
Yeah.
Alliance.
Yeah.
Like, it's a 5-man fight, or
Yes.
5-woman fight, I should say.
Yeah, for girls basketball. I mean, yeah, any team can win, and I said it before the season started. I said that this, girls basketball is so unpredictable, and it's going to be a dogfight for the EBC title.
And actually, that Marlington-Salem game, Salem was up 25-24, heading into the fourth, and I believe it was just they couldn't pull it off.
Couldn't pull it off.
Nah. And what do we have next? West Branch and Carrollton. Now, we thought that was going to be the EBC game.
EBC game.
And then we're starting to see everyone starting to fight a little more. But West Branch did pull off that win, 42-28.
And we talked to the coach for the girls, and she was pretty excited about the game. Didn't go the way she wanted, but in her mindset, it should hopefully be, hey, let's not look at the past game. Let's look at the games going forward.
And she's still a good coach, but she's still I'm trying to say developing.
Developing. So you mean trying to see what her coaching is, what her coaching ability
because
is.
she's still not the player she once was. Like, she doesn't have full control. Like, she can't just go out there and score 10 threes. I don't know.
Yeah,
she might
she
have been a
did- she
dog
did-
back in the day, but I do not know.
She did talk about how it's different not being in control of the game and just having a game plan out there and hoping that her girls are able to execute the game plan. So I still think she's trying to develop as a coach, but I think she'll get along just fine.
Then we have not Marlington, my bad. That is Minerva.
Oh,
I have
Minerva.
I have dyslexia.
That's okay.
The
Continue.
CTE.
Continue.
Minerva with the win over Alliance,
Yeah, that's any game.
56-12.
Any game Alliance plays. Honestly, I think this year is a year that they kind of stop and they look at themselves and they say, what do we need in the program? Because you take a look at all the other EBC teams are like, what do we need to win the EBC? Alliance is not winning the EBC this year. They should really take a step back and say, okay, what can we do to make this program better
I
right
have
now?
a solution. Recruit LeBron James as a head coach and get all the girls, top girls from the United States to transfer to Alliance state
So,
championship.
so you want
I want
Caitlin Clark on the Alliance Aviators is what you're saying.
that would
Is that what you want?
she'd cross me up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, yeah, no dip. But I don't think LeBron's coming back to Ohio anytime soon.
And then West Branch and Salem. Do you actually know the outcome of that game?
I do not.
Who do you think won?
West Branch and Salem?
Yeah.
I think Salem won.
You think Salem won?
I think it's a close game.
It was a close game. It was a 10-point game. West Branch won 34-24.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's a dogfight. Anybody can win this game. So I could have picked one or the other, and it would have made sense.
And then we have Minerva versus Carrollton.
Yeah.
That was a game. I was there. I was in the student section. I was getting hype. I know you were not there.
I was
but
at bowling for Minerva.
You were
That's
supporting the
where I went.
Minerva bowling team.
Minerva bowling team and the Marlington bowling team at the same time.
I know, but just say Minerva. Support your school.
Hey, I have a girlfriend who bowls.
But that was an amazing game. I believe it was 13-13 going into the second quarter, and I believe Minerva had the lead going into halftime, 24-20. I do not recall the score going into the fourth, but I believe Minerva was winning, in fact.
Yes, I believe they were winning going to the fourth, and then I believe it was a tight game to the end.
Oh, yeah. Have
Very
you seen
tight.
what Jordan Miller posted? That video. The final 2 minutes of scoring back and forth.
Yeah,
Aggressiveness.
Yes, I did take a little bit of a look at it, and it was insane. I mean, just a game.
So I just have to give a shout out to,
To both Carrollton and Minerva for a
Yep.
great game.
And like I said, Minerva, they proved to me something last night. They proved if in the right environment, they could win the whole thing. They only
Yeah,
lost to 10 points to West Branch.
yeah.
And Carrollton beat Salem. What did I just say?
Are you trying to do math to see that
Okay,
anybody
yes,
can win
okay.
the
Let's
EBC?
go back from the top. Let's go back to the top. West Branch beat Carrollton.
Yes.
Carrollton beat Salem.
Carrollton beat Salem.
But
Carrollton beat
Salem
Minerva.
only lost to West Branch by 10 points when
Salem
they lost
lost
to
to West
Carrollton
Branch.
more. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Anything's like a jump around. It doesn't make any logical sense.
Yes,
We are in the Matrix, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, no, it does make sense. I told you that the EBC this year for girls was going to be a dogfight because the EBC is so close packed with talent. Anybody can win.
But
Other than the
it is
Outlier
still
Alliance,
early in the season, but
I mean, any of those 5 teams could win.
I'm not. When I saw those 2 free throw shots by, I think it was number 12 from Carrollton, I told her, I screamed at her, and I said, "The game's on the line." I told her, I looked her in the eyes. I said, "The game is on the line. Can you do it?"
And she did.
She did it. That's all I'm gonna say. But Lily Stoltzfus did have, I think, 4 3-pointers in the first half, and I don't know. Minerva's got a chance, but the problem is they have now played West Branch and Carrollton. Siri's on. Sorry, Siri. But I have played West Branch. I've not played. The girls have played West Branch and Carrollton at home
Yes.
with close games, but now
Now they have to go away and they have to play those teams away.
with
those
their
are,
own student section,
with their-
that could be a little different outcome.
Yeah, I mean, playing away is such a different environment. I mean, when you play home, you always hope for that win at home, and going away is such a harder environment to play in. So we'll see if they can bring that fight to West Branch and Carrollton.
We got to have a couple people from the student section. Maybe we should go to a game, honestly.
We should. I will try and go to the game. We'll see what the schedule holds for those games. I try and go to as many games as I can. I try and go to everything, but
I went to the guys' game, and then I went to the girls' game. So
let's get on to the predictions.
all right, Carrollton, Indian Valley.
I have Indian Valley winning this one. I have Indian Valley winning. I have them winning. I'm going to give Indian Valley 37, and I want Carrollton having 32.
I'm thinking Carrollton's coming off the close game. They want to just fight somebody, not actually, but I think they're going to come out with a 48-39 win.
Okay.
Carrollton and Dover.
Carrollton, Dover. Dover's a really good team, but Carrollton coming off, I think Dover. Dover on this one. I'll go Dover. I'll give Dover 39. I'm going to give Carrollton, I'm going to give them 29. I think Dover actually dominates this game.
And I have Carrollton losing 36-43. Then we have West Branch playing Austintown Finch.
I don't know a lot about Austintown Finch.
I looked a little bit, and what I got, I think West Branch will win.
West Branch will win.
Because I think I looked it up, and they actually played West Branch last season. West Branch won by a little good margin.
Well, of course, it's a new season. Anything can happen.
But I do have West Branch winning 40-33.
Yeah, I'm gonna go West Branch with you on this one, but I don't think it's that high of a scoring game. I'm gonna give West Branch 32, and I'm gonna give Austin Finch 26.
But thank God they're not playing their actual guys team because
Straggat team really
They
good.
put up like 87 points.
Yeah,
in one game.
that's really good.
I'm good. Now Marlington's gonna play Canton South.
Canton South.
Now you're a supporter of Marlington.
I'm
but
supporting Marlington, but Canton South's good. But I got to give it to Marlington. Marlington's been on a roll. They've been winning games that they have to win. I'm going to give it to Marlington. I'm going to go Marlington 48. I'm going to go Canton South 39.
I like the confidence, and I like you're going with the underdog here, and I also like the underdog story. But I am sorry, I don't know how they can pull it off. I'm thinking they're going to lose 34-52 in a big margin. But they could win, and then they could take a video of me saying this, and then they're going to dog on me. And I'll take it. I will take it. I'm sorry I'm going against you. That's just what I'm saying. Now, Marlington goes back. They play Louisville.
That's going to be another good game.
And I think Louisville is better than Canton South.
Yeah, I was going to go Marlington, but, you think about it, Louisville's a really good basketball team. I'm going to give it to Louisville on this one. I'm going to go Louisville with 40 points, and I'm going to give Marlington, I'm going to have it a close game, 40-37.
I had another little iffy margin, but I had Louisville winning 50-37. I know.
Yeah, but Marlington's a good team. Like, I don't see them losing games by that much. I see them losing games, but they're losing games with a fight. I don't see them losing by that
I
much.
wish we could have put up a fight in the football season.
We won a game.
I know, but that wasn't much of a fight.
It's okay. We still won a game.
I know. Amen.
And we are going to report whenever a new head coach is hired, hopefully. Hopefully we'll get
yeah.
it by...
So make your predictions.
Yeah, predict who you think will come in. Do you think someone from the Minerva local will
prediction?
come in?
Isaac Haas. We are going to run a wing T styled offense, and we are going to pound the ball down the opponent's throat. That is what we are going to do. And if it doesn't work, we're going to spread.
I want to say one thing. I don't think you can coach players who every single one of them are taller than you.
I think that's actually not true. You pull up the stats and tell me that's true 100% of the time.
It's a respect thing.
If you can't tell me 100% of the time that is true,
respect thing in high school.
So
you also can't coach players you've played with.
That's actually not true. Look that up too.
You're not going to have the respect as
look it up in the rule book.
Someone else coming in. No, it's not rule book. Well, of course, rule book's not talking about height. I'm just talking about respect in a certain way.
Exactly. If life doesn't put a requirement on height, why should a rule book? You know what
Cedar
I'm saying?
Point does.
I can ride the rides at Cedar Point. We literally rode one together.
He does booster seats.
He's lying, dude. Look at him. He is lying. Like, would you actually believe him over me?
I am. But it was a joke.
What a real knee slapper that was.
Yeah, anything about your height's knee slapping, because that's all you can about reach.
So, Julian's about to get RKO'd on this table at the Bills Mafia.
Let's continue.
But anyways, Marlington's going to play Northwest.
I like Marlington. Northwest is good. I'm actually going to give it to Marlington here. I'm going to go Marlington 42, Northwest 36.
After kind of going against them the past two, I want to give them the win. I want to, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm saying they lose 3 straight. They're dropping, Northwest, they're dropping 27-33.
You're just dissing on Marlington.
But I will say this. I can't see it, but if somehow their best player gets hurt, Marlington will win 42-31. If Northwest's best player gets hurt.
Which we never hope on anybody. That anyone
When you
gets
play
hurt.
football for Minerva, you kind of hope for anything, kind of. Am I wrong?
Yeah. I've never wished someone to get hurt, ever.
I could tell you a little story about Julian Dunbar, but I don't think we should get into that.
I don't even know what you're talking about. So let's just
But
continue.
Alliance is going to play Northwest. Who do you think's winning that one?
Actually, I have Northwest a lot. Northwest a lot. I'm going to give Northwest 52, and I'm going to give Alliance, I'm going to give them 11.
I know. I'm giving Alliance, I think, against Minerva, they scored 12.
I think so, 12.
So it was kind of closer. So I'm giving them 16, but they're still going to lose 16-47.
Yeah. It's going to be not very
But
tight
I'm not
game.
hating on Alliance
As
by
I
any
said,
means necessary. I know what it's like to be the losing
Right.
team.
As
My
I
high
said
school
before-
football career is 1-38.
as I said before,
It's embarrassing.
technically, are we counting the games you played in, or the games you were on the team? Let's
I don't
get
think
that
you want to
question.
go there.
But like I said, Alliance
Mascot.
has to take this year to just look at the program. I mean, what football's been doing this now. What do we do every year? We take a look at the program. We see what we can change in the program. I mean, Speakman retiring. We'll see who Garth can bring in to pick the program up. Maybe, I don't know. I've heard there's somebody in Minerva that they're looking at, but I've also heard that there's somebody in Perry that they might want to get. But
I've also heard there's somebody that used to come from United.
yeah, maybe. It could be anybody, and I definitely know it's not going to be you. That's for sure.
Well, you don't know anything.
You have a
Clearly.
0% chance. You put your resume in yet?
Okay, maybe you're right about that.
Yeah.
But hey, the coaches could all die somehow, and they're like, "Hey, Isaac, we want you."
That's bad.
Yes, sir.
No, that's bad.
Yes, sir.
Let's continue.
Alliance is playing East.
Okay, well, let's see. East. Give East 39. I give Alliance 8.
I'm actually giving Alliance scoring in the 20s for the first time this season.
Seriously.
Yes, I am. But they are still losing 52-21. I see improvement somehow.
So you say this is a high-scoring game, both sides. I mean, you just don't see much defense in this game from either side.
Yeah.
Okay.
my God.
I don't disagree with you, but I don't think Alliance is getting 21.
Okay, Salem versus Canton Central Catholic.
Now, Canton Central Catholic's a pretty good
They're
sports
private
school.
school.
Private school. I'm going to give it to CCC here. I'm going to give CCC 42, and I'm going to give Salem 38.
Me too. I had. Wait, what, can you say that score again?
42-38?
Okay, I had 39-33 CCC winning. So I don't know. Okay, then. Lastly, for this week, Salem and Boardman.
Boardman.
I don't know a lot about them.
I
usually go a couple times there with
Yeah.
I go to hang out with my girlfriend sometimes. Like take her to the.
Take her to the
We went to the trampoline park. I had to think of what it
Trampoline
was.
park, yeah.
I had to think about what it was. I went to Texas
Yeah.
Roadhouse too.
Okay. I'm going to give Salem this one. I'm going to go Salem 37, Boardman 28. I think it's a low-scoring game. I think a lot of defense plays a factor in this game.
You guys are gonna hate me watching this, but I'm just the EBC is it's not a good week for them, honestly. I'm giving Salem a loss, 39-45. That's what I'm giving them.
I think you're just hating. I think you're hating this week.
I'm not hating.
You're hating this week.
But Julian doesn't know his, but my predictions for last week, I went 5-1.
Yeah, I'm not sure what mine were. I had them in my head, and they're just gone. I mean, gone so quick. I blame Miss Grunder, though. We have so much homework. I blame Miss Grunder for the reason me not remembering.
Mrs. Grunder, please do. If you're watching this, please disregard his comment.
She gives us a lot of homework. Listen, I love Miss Grunder, but she gives so much homework. It's crazy to me.
That I still do it every night.
I do it every night, too.
Just go into class and ask her for help.
I've done that a few times. I don't do it much. I don't really need help, though. I'm very good in class. I'm very good with math. Let's continue.
Okay, so for the EBC rankings for the girls right now, do you want to read 6 through 4, and I'll read through 2-1?
Okay. Well, 6 is Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Minerva's 5, and Salem's 4.
Now, what's their record?
Alliance is 0-6, of course. Minerva 3-4, and Salem 2-3. Minerva and Salem and the EBC are both 1-3. So let's take a look at the bottom right now, bottom half of the EBC.
Minerva, they might be 5th, but I'm telling you right now, they're not playing like a 5th-ranked team.
No, none of the teams are going to play like what they're at because it's such a dogfight in this EBC that any team could play anywhere. I mean, every team has that mentality like we're going to win the EBC, and that mentality is showing on the court.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you give us 3-2-1?
I have Marlington in 3rd place with a 3-1 record in the EBC with a 3-3 record in total. Number 2 is Carrollton. I don't know why I said Carrollton like that. Carrolltucky. Yeehaw!
Well, let's.
They are 4-1 in the EBC and 5-1 in total. Then West Branch is the leaders right now in 1st place with a record of 4-0 in the EBC and 6-0 in total.
So West Branch is having a great season.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do think West Branch is going to keep that lead. I think they're going to come first in the EBC.
I believe so too, but I honestly think we're going to get upset by multiple teams.
I think it goes EBC. I think it goes West Branch. I think Carrollton. I think Minerva comes back to go 3rd. Marlington 4th. Salem 5th. And Alliance 6th. I think it doesn't change a lot, but it's going to change a little bit.
Now we're going to switch to guys.
Those are the guys.
So for the last week, last week that was an EBC game.
Non-EBC recap.
Alliance played Glen Oak, and who won that one?
Alliance. I know Alliance.
Mm-hmm. He didn't know that, guys. He didn't
Yes,
do it.
I
He didn't
did.
do his homework. Not Mary.
I did my homework. I did Mrs. G's homework. Mary Granders. Love Mrs. Grander.
Okay, well.
Actually, I did actually do this, and I
But
lost.
speaking
some.
of Alliance, they have a star player in J.R. Jackson. He's an athlete.
Yeah, I believe he just won Athlete of the Month. I believe.
Can't repository.
I believe it was
No.
Athlete of the Week or.
I don't know
month.
if I agree with that statement being better than Mr. Jaden Yerger because
Well, he was a little Yergery on the court.
It's
is all
still a
I'm
little
gonna say.
Yerger in here, honestly, but J.R. Jackson, he's an athlete. But Alliance
athlete.
won that game 64-59 in a game we both predicted them to lose. I'm pretty sure.
I believe we did predict them to lose, but I thought Glen Oak was a better team.
Yeah, no, I didn't really know anything about it.
I looked up Glen Oak
That's
a
on
little
me
bit.
for going against, saying you're going to lose against a team I have no knowledge about.
Well, I looked up Glen Oak a little bit, and they're a good team, but I just didn't see them losing to Alliance this week.
And then Marlington played Northwest.
Lost to
obviously,
Northwest,
And they lost pretty good.
67-46.
And Salem played United.
Went over United.
But we thought this game was going to be a complete blowout.
Yes, we did. I thought United was going to
United came off
like
two really bad games.
Yeah.
And they ended up almost winning, but they lost 56-45. So Salem did get the dub eventually.
Yes. That just kind of shows that United, it's not EBC, but United's a good team. They just had really bad losses, and we honestly thought that the kind of losses they had were just going to continue for what they had, and they just were. It's better than what we thought, honestly.
Then Minerva played Steubenville, and they lost to them 64-49. Sadly,
Yeah.
and I was very upset about that. But
I was extremely upset. You know what I was more upset about? Is you coming to the game not dressed up. Didn't do the spirit, did you?
It's dressed up like your age. I'm not gonna. You think
I
I
dress
have
like an old
old
dude.
person clothes in my house?
You do a flannel. You put some like a pillow in your stomach, man. That's all you got to do. That's what I did.
We did get our buckets taken away.
And that is an
wanna
OHSAA
give some-
rule. I will. That is an
After he figured
OHSAA.
that out
rule.
after.
We did.
during a
We
JV
brought
free
buckets.
throw.
Yeah, it was a JV free throw. Okay, they wanted to hear what the bucket sounded like. So I hit the bucket like twice, and Garth came up and got a little bit mad at me. Did not know there was a rule of no noisemakers. Yeah, I will say that.
I did not know that too, and I wish because Julian was there about 30 to 45 minutes before me. Keep in mind, he did not tell me that he got his bucket taken away.
Isaac did also. I did call Isaac, and Isaac said, "Hey, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to make it to the game." So I didn't think about texting
I
him.
told him I'm not gonna be here by the first quarter. I was there with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. So here I am walking in with my bucket, and my entire student section is yelling at me, "No, Isaac!" I'm like, "What do you mean no?"
Yeah, I started doing this to Isaac, and he just kept walking in, all happy and everything. Got his bucket in his hand with his two little drumsticks, and
Yeah,
I
next
mean, I
thing
don't,
you know-
I don't think he made it to the student section before the bucket was gone.
No, because Meng and
They were together.
Evans, they stood over me like they were monstrosities of human beings.
Towering monster. They're very, very big. They're
They
tall,
were some
tall,
aircraft
tall.
carriers.
That's
Back
not
to
a very nice word.
Coach A's wise words last year.
Coach A. Wasn't that against Alliance? He said that. Alliance
It was against
receivers.
West Branch.
It was Alliance.
No,
Maybe it was both.
it was like we can't compete when they got aircraft carriers and men.
That
playing.
was Alliance because I remember
Oh.
I got trucked.
Oh yeah, you trying to tackle
so
6'2", I believe. Who was it? Kayvon Davis.
I think he was at receiver and I tried to tackle him.
Did not work.
I thought I had CTE. I thought I had a CTE explosion in my head after that.
Didn't you
I'm
get a
serious.
concussion that game?
I did get a concussion that game, but I was never diagnosed.
Minerva
I was never
football, baby.
diagnosed.
Unknown diagnosis.
Okay, wait, no, I didn't get a concussion. I had a maybe concussion, so they took me out of the game just in case, so I did not get a concussion.
I believe you blamed me for that concussion.
I
too.
did.
But after watching film for a year straight, you finally came to a conclusion that
No.
it wasn't me.
No,
he
it's still
came
you.
off the inside.
It's still you. You
I
had
am
him blocked.
5'4", 160 pounds, and you expect me to block
Yes.
someone who's
I blocked for
6'3"?
you. I blocked for you. What do you want?
What's your height and weight?
I'm, what, 5'11", 165? But you're all pure muscle. You can get low you got to get low. You're easy. You're already getting a good block because you're lower.
I am.
But let's continue to basketball, please.
So for the EBC recap, we have Alliance playing Salem. Alliance won 60-51.
It's a good win for Alliance. Alliance is showing that they're going to be a good basketball team this year. I think they have a shot to go for first in the EBC this year.
and Marlington played Carrollton, and you actually had Marlington winning that game. I did not. I was hyping up the coach. You know, we got a little hug in afterwards, and I'm like, you know what, you guys got this. You got the eye of the tiger. And I thought they were down with the sickness, but guess what? They lost 47-33.
They got sickened by Marlington. If we want to go a little bit back to what he said, the song that he used, Down with the Sickness. But yeah, I have Marlington. I believe Marlington basketball is really good this year. And I
know.
When I went to Marlington, I talked to the coaches, and it just seemed like they were ready. They were ready for this basketball season. They were all.
And then we also had Minerva playing West Branch, and you picked against us.
I did.
You picked against our hometown.
I did.
And I said it was gonna be upset.
I did.
The whole world said no. You guys aren't winning, but guess what? They did it. They won.
Not the whole world said no. I believe the whole Minerva basketball team was going to say, yeah, we're going to win
Actually,
this game.
no. Actually, I did hear some doubters.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of doubters in the school. I mean, West Branch is a great team, but Minerva came out and played
Especially
really
when
well
you
against
have
West
a
Branch.
22-point performance by the one and only Jaden Yerger. And also, Brayton Wood and Rowan Hoffey both had 14 points each, and Owen Schick came in with 11, too, so that kind of helps.
Yeah, that does help. It helps to have a really good group of kids that
and
are
game
also
plan that
scoring.
Coach Hart was talking to about.
Yeah, he did talk about the game plan for West Branch.
So let's
Let's talk
move
about
into
the
the
game here coming
predictions
up.
for this coming week. We have tomorrow night, Minerva playing Salem. Who do you got in that one?
Okay, I went against Minerva last week. I won't go against Minerva again this week, but I give Minerva 52, and I'm going to give Salem 47.
I'm right with you, brother. Give me Minerva over Salem, 63-49. And next up, we're going to keep it on the Salem game. Now, Salem is going to play Struthers.
Struthers.
Don't know a lot about them, but, what do you think's going to happen that game?
I think I'm going to give this one to Salem. Salem's a gritty team. I'm going to give this one to Salem. I'm going to give them I'm going to go 58 for Salem, and I'm going to give Struthers 52.
I had a 56-52 win by Salem.
Did you really?
Yeah, that's interesting. But then back to Salem, last game of the week before we cover next week, which is, I don't know, probably sometime after Wednesday, maybe.
Probably Thursday. I believe
Probably
we
or
do
Friday.
always Thursdays.
Whenever I'm off work.
It's always Thursdays, so.
No, it was Wednesday
continue.
last week.
Was it Wednesday last week?
Okay, but Salem plays Heartland Christian.
Harlan Christian.
And when they played earlier in the year.
Yes.
And what was the outcome of that game?
Actually, I believe Salem lost.
Yeah, it was like
Christian?
70-40 something.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, I do not see this game that bad, but I'm going to give it to Heartland Christian. I'm going to give Heartland Christian 52 points, and I'm going to give Salem 39.
I think
it's
Heartland
close.
Christian will still perform, but I think they're playing at Salem, so it will be, a
little tougher.
bit, a better environment.
Yeah.
So I still see them winning those 63-40. Now we have Alliance and Carrollton.
That's going to be a good game, but Alliance has already shown that they can compete with any team in the EDC. But I'm going to give it to Carrollton. I'm actually going to give it to Carrollton. I want the upset.
You want the
You
upset?
took an upset last week. I might as well get an upset. I'm going to give it to Carrollton. I'm going to go Carrollton 50, Alliance 46.
Right here, let me give you the upset, buddy. Upset
Upset.
alert. Psych! Give me Alliance, baby! I want Alliance winning this. J.R. Jackson will put up a 27-point performance, and it is like we have never seen anything like this before. I'm telling you, they're going to win 53-47. It will happen.
Do you just want to go to Alliance schools? I mean, you're
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
You already seem like you just want to play there.
Oh, I can't play basketball. I
Oh,
can't
track. You can run.
I don't think I would be a top athlete at Alliance.
Well, who knows? Talking a lot of good about him. Let's
Hyping
continue.
them up. Okay, then Alliance plays Harding. Now, Harding is, I think, a good. That might be Youngstown, maybe.
I'm gonna give this one to Alliance. I'm gonna go 52, and I'm gonna give Harding 47.
Now, I think this will be Alliance's first loss of the season. I think they're going to come off a win from Carrollton, like I'm predicting. They're going to go into Harding. They're going to play a tough game. But I think they will end up losing, sadly, 57-61.
Next is
Carrollton playing Crestview.
now. I like this game. So I think Carrollton comes off that big upset against Alliance, and I mean, huge win against Alliance. And I think they win this game as well. But I think this game's a close game as well. I think this game's also close for them. I'm going to give them 52. Again, I think they score 52 twice. I believe it's a 52 for
They
the first
win?
one. Yeah, they're winning. 52, and I'm going to give this team 42. I think this is a huge win for them.
Well, I said they're going to lose, but that was against Alliance. But I think they're going to come back. And if they lost to Alliance, they would be 0-3.
Yeah.
I think if they're 0-3, this will be their back-back.
The
Comeback. I think that's the word, but yeah, they're
Comeback.
gonna win 62-49. Man, I got hit a lot during football. Oh my
okay, let's
God.
continue with basketball.
Okay, West Branch in Marlington.
Now, I don't know what it is, but when I think Marlington basketball, I just think win. Like they're so good this year.
So you have Marlington winning.
I do have Marlington beating West Branch in this.
Can I tell you a little something? I believe I've heard from a little insider that one of their top players, in Sam Yoder, is not playing in that game.
Well, if he doesn't play in that game, so here we go. I'll give you two predictions here. Sam Yoder plays in this game. I will have Marlington winning this game. I have Marlington winning this game if he plays. I have Marlington winning 52-48. Now, if he doesn't play, that is a key player, and if they are missing a key player, I do have West Branch winning. I do not. I think they win this game with their key players and what they've been planning, and Yoder's a big part of that. I think if he doesn't play, West Branch wins this game 62-48 if Yoder's not playing.
Similar enough, I have West Branch winning 65-52 if Yoder's not playing.
If Yoder's
when
not
I
playing.
looked at this game, I'm thinking Marlington's kind of hot right now.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Rowan because I always go over my predictions with Rowan because he's a player. He's a player. He knows more than me, like the inside.
Yeah.
But he's the one who actually told me about this. I'm like, you're kind of right. I don't know if he goes down.
If he goes down, if he's not playing, I see Yoder. Yoder's a great player, and I actually see him playing this game. I mean, hurt or not, he's one of those players that he'll go out there and say, "Coach, you need me out there. I'll play through this. I can play through this."
Do you know him personally?
No, I don't, but I know that I know his personality. I don't know him personally, but I know the kind of how he upholds himself, and he says, "I can go and do what I have to do."
I don't know.
What was that?
I don't know.
Do you want to?
I don't know. I wanted the fans to know that they're looking good right now. You always got to have. If someone talks good about you, it feels good.
Okay.
I wouldn't know. 'Cause you never give me a compliment. You always.
I did give you a compliment. I said you look good in pads when you're not hitting people.
When I look good in pads, but
You look good in pads when you're not hitting people.
I'm
If you don't understand that, then that's sad.
Tell me.
Let's continue. No, let's
Explain.
continue. Let's go to basketball. That's what we're on. Maybe I'll finish off by telling you what that is.
West Branch plays Liberty, and I believe Liberty is a Youngstown team.
Liberty's a Youngstown team. I'm gonna give this one to West Branch. I'm gonna give this one to West Branch. I'm gonna West Branch. I think West Branch scores a lot this game. I'm gonna give them 65, and I'm gonna give Liberty, but I think it's gonna be close. I'm gonna give Liberty 59, 65-59 game.
I have West Branch losing, but I have them losing 57-59.
That's a really close game. Why do you have that so close?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I looked up to my Lord and Savior, and I said, God, what's the score going to be?
Do you
He
do that
said-
for every score? Do you ask every score to him and Javi?
No.
Are you sure?
Let's
continue.
No, sorry. Canfield's playing Marlington.
Canfield versus Marlington. What do you got? Let's hear yours first, and then I'll say mine.
I'm thinking a Canfield win.
Canfield win.
58-47.
Okay. I don't want to sound
you
like
do it.
I think Marlington's really, 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 really
Don't
good.
you do it.
But they're hot.
Don't you do it.
I gotta go Marlington
Don't
over
you
Canfield.
dare.
I gotta
No
go Marlington
shot.
over Canfield.
No shot.
Yes,
Why? Give me a reason.
they're hot. Marlington's hot. They are heating up. I mean, they're in the kitchen. They're cooking like Wilson? Yeah, Russell Wilson cooked on the Seahawks when they went to the Super Bowl, other than the slants play. They should have handed the ball off. But I do think they're really good. I mean, they are playing like top basketball. They have Yoder. They're winning this game. I think they're winning this game. Let's go 50. I'm going to go 58. I think they're winning this game 58-57. I think this is a 1-point game. But I think they're
so
a very good basketball
So
team.
you're saying Marlington will win?
Yes.
By 1 point?
1 point.
When do you think that shot to take the lead will occur?
That shot will take the lead will occur with 15 seconds left. It's going to be a 3 to win the game. But I think with 15 seconds and their defense stops them down the court. I think that's what happens. I think defense is going to stop them.
And my predictions last week were 4-3.
4-3.
Julian was probably similar.
Probably similar. We're probably really
Except
similar.
that,
except
when he rooted against his own.
I didn't root against my own team. I just made a prediction. There's a little bit difference.
But for the EBC rankings, you know how it is. 6 through 4.
6 through 4. I'll tell you 6 through 4. West Branch is 6. Salem 5. Carrollton 4.
No.
That is something we did not see coming.
and
We
of
did
course-
not see West Branch last.
Of
in
course,
the
West Branch
EBC.
has only played 2 games, but I don't know, man.
It's gonna mess up our predictions a lot if West Branch comes last. We had West Branch winning, I thought, or we had Minerva winning and West Branch in second.
No, I think we had West Branch. We had West Branch, Minerva, and then
Minerva,
we said
Carrollton.
Minerva would be the person who could overtake West Branch. But right now,
It's the opposite of what we
right
said.
now, Marlington's in 1, Alliance is in 2, and Minerva's in 3.
Yeah, man, it
I
just
just
seems
think
like
there's so many different outcomes. This year's just looking so good.
I know. It seems like the EBC is gonna come down to the last game. The last EBC game could literally predict EBC rankings for the entire EBC.
You know, I think if it's in proximity, maybe we should get together with all the what do you call the main we see it all with all the main superintendents, right?
All the superintendents.
We should combine them and we should say, hey, let's have an EBC tournament.
EBC tournament.
Let's do it.
That's just playing them in the season.
Yeah, but
What do
One
you
point-
mean?
I don't know
like
what-
you mean one day they all play their last game against their
yeah,
EBC
all in one
opponent.
day, no breaks.
That doesn't make sense. You have no,
Exactly.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
That's why you should stop talking about it.
Anyways, before we wrap this up, I do have to give a shout out to one of my good buddies and brothers. I'm hoping he's watching right now, but his name is Hunter Dietrich, and I believe he actually is 6-0 wrestling right now.
6-0?
And that is kind of impressive.
That is very impressive.
And I don't know where exactly he stands on the all-time Minerva win rate, but I think he told me he has to go 54-0 to break the record for Minerva.
54-0.
Yes. And that sounds like a lot.
That does sound like a lot.
But Minerva is coming off that dual meet win against
Yes.
Sandy, I believe. I think. So Minerva,
yes,
they're
they
1-0.
did win that dual meet. Yes.
But the question is, can Hunter Dietrich do it?
I also want to say congratulations to the bowling teams that played. We don't really talk a lot about the other sports that are playing, and we don't give shout-outs. So I want to give shout-out. Minerva girls bowling, I know they won. Marlington played well, though, but I know the Minerva girls won. The boys played as well, and I
How'd that
believe
go?
Minerva boys won against Marlington. I believe so.
Yeah, but
Or do you think?
speaking of that, we're also forgetting about a main key fact here that's been happening on Sundays. We haven't been talking about the cheerleading.
Yes.
I don't think you realize Minerva cheer has been dominating. I mean, dominating.
Dominating.
You would think the Minerva Lions are playing the Kansas City Chiefs in a full-on tackle NFL football game. That is how much domination that is occurring with the female species.
I'm sorry. Okay. I apologize, but you,
Choose your words wisely.
the way you said that made no sense. They're playing the Kansas
You know, I think-
City Chiefs. What is? Yeah, that. Calm down. But that was very weird of you to
But
say.
I think we do have to give a shout out to our cheer seniors for Minerva.
Cheer seniors. I think we give a shout out to all cheer seniors. I think we give a shout out to
Exactly.
everybody.
To cheer
Everyone gives a shout
seniors
out.
in the EBC especially, but to all around the globe. Man.
No, okay, you give around the globe. I'm just gonna say EBC. I'm gonna give.
You're all amazing.
Congratulations, thanks, and
You know, if you're watching, we love. Oh my God.
I'm just gonna say
I
thank
still love
you.
you. If you want me to love
thank
you.
you for watching. I'm gonna
Yep,
say that.
Thank you for watching for this
First live podcast.
I know.
This is the
I
first
know,
live
but
podcast.
So maybe DM either me or him.
or just in the comments below,
yeah.
tell us how we did for the
Is
first
there comments
live
in the
podcast.
live stream? Okay, so you could put
Oh
comments
my
in the live
God.
stream. Okay.
They were commenting the whole time.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna see. Oh,
No, that's
wow.
bad. That's so bad.
Oh,
We could have been saying something. He's reading them back there. He could have just been reading them.
Well,
Like, oh my God, this is so funny. I'm gonna tell them after the podcast so that they can go cry in a corner about it.
Who were we just talking about? I forget. I know.
The comments?
Oh yeah, give us some criteria. Critique us down a little bit so we can get better. Help
Oh.
us get better so we can help you enjoy
Have
us.
a more enjoyable time
I
watching.
know
is
because
what you
I
want to
know
say.
sometimes you don't really want to listen to podcasts, but it could sometimes be really just good. You know, you're alone in the car, turn it on. We're not on the radio, so I don't know why I just did that, but
I'm sorry. You today, I swear to
can
you,
you
today.
please hand me
you were-
that cookie pillow?
No, I'm not getting out to go hand you a cookie bellow. But let's say goodbye. I don't want to keep them with us anymore when we're just going on about something.
So this is Isaac Haas signing out, and you are,
I am Julian Dunbar, and I'm
and
signing
we
out.
will see you next week.
I want to say one other thing. Thank you to all the sponsors, and thank you to everyone that watched. And thank you again to Clever Cookie Creamery for letting us do our podcast here this week. And now I'll let you sign off.
Drum roll, please. This is the Straggat Media signing off. See you next week.